Oh, nice, man. Hey, it's nice.
Okay, well, thank y'all for being here tonight. We'll let Coach open up with a little feedback from tonight.
I thought just a unbelievable job by the team and the fellas of just battling through adversity. I don't know what the deal is here, and from an offense standpoint, we just play a little slow. But I tell you what I'm most proud of is the fact that we are becoming a team that can battle through adversity and gel together and play good football at the right time. And this part of the season, you got to be able to play good team football, and you got to have some of these wins, in your season where you battle through and find a way to win. And thought it was a great job by the boys tonight.
We'll open up for questions. Who wants to start us?
Hey, Coach. Logan Busby from Sports Media. We saw today, I think, some of the best, like you were saying, complementary football on all sides of the ball. One thing I really wanted to focus on was the run game. Snoop Connor out, so McFarland and Davis Price, they both really stepped up, and we saw some meaner, harder runs than we had seen. Good yardage pickups, good first down pickups. How do you think that run game has improved over the past few weeks, and how do you think it really helped open up the rest of the game plan today?
Well, yeah, I think it's really changed in the last 2 weeks. I think if you ask these guys or anybody on the team, we kind of changed our model of how we start each and every week. We come out right after flex and go into tempo plays, and everything's no huddle, and it's runs, RPOs, and we're really pushing each other, and it's good on good. So starting defense is challenging the starting offense and vice versa. So I think our standard and our mindset has changed the last couple of weeks, and it starts in practice. And listen, it carries over in the game. When you practice the way you want to play, you're going to play well. And the big fellows up front have been doing that at practice.
AJ Brett with the bottom line and UFL fans. When you mentioned the big fellas, I'm glad you brought that up. Going into the night, Birmingham was next to last in sacks. Noticed throughout the season that the defensive line has really struggled getting pressure. Noticed you signed a couple guys this week. Are you still looking at maybe adding a couple pieces on the defensive line?
No.
Edge rushers or anything like that?
No. I mean, we're confident in the guys we have. Listen, there's not a – it's easy for fans. It's no disrespect, but it's easy for fans to just call out something and say, why don't you just go sign guys? Like, okay, well, tell me who's out there. And no, we're confident, and I allow my coaches and us to find the guys, and we love the guys we have. Listen, I understand everybody wants sacks. It's not going to happen. I mean, from a sense of like as much as y'all want it to happen, it's a game. Those guys get paid. We get paid. It's a battle, and you got to be able to find a way. And guess what? We found a way.
Just can you talk a little bit about the mindset when they go up 17-10, you go back on the field, just kind of what was said at that moment, and what was the mindset at that moment?
Really nothing was said. We kind of went through that a little bit last week. We jumped on the storm early, right, and then kind of stalled out and let them get back in that game. So we've now had two different sides of that taste, and definitely a lesson tonight to learn from on if we don't start fast, what that can lead to. And like AJ's been saying, luckily we're able to fight through some of that adversity stuff and come out on top and make a few plays at the end.
And the other thing in overtime, when they don't score on their first, at the half-yard line, they don't score, it doesn't get overturned. Kind of what does that do for an offense in that situation? Obviously, that's a unique situation that you guys have never been in, but for them to not score in that first one, how much momentum does that give you going into that first?
With the way the rules are set up, that kind of makes the most sense that you want them to go first, right, knowing that you're going to have an opportunity. So when they don't get it, you smell the blood in the water. You only get one chance at it too. So to make the most out of that one chance is something that we were, had been practicing for weeks. This was our first time getting it in game, but we had practiced those plays for weeks. So we knew what we were going to get called. Guys knew where to go and line up, and we just went out there and executed.
Coach, I just want to ask, a lot of people, a lot of fans wrote this team off, but now clearly still in the playoff picture. Just overall, how would you describe this team at this point?
Good thing we don't go off the voice of the fans, right? Listen, I understand Birmingham fans expect a certain thing, and I respect what Skip built. All right, he had the same team for 4 to 5 years, however long that run was. You understand? So this is a completely new team, a blown-up roster, guys that we tried to keep. We only had a certain amount. Things take time to build and everybody to gel together and understand what the expectation is, what the standard is. So I understand in this world we're in, everybody wants quick results, and they don't want to focus anything on the process that it takes to be the team you want to be. But listen, we play for each other. We don't care. I respect the hell out of fans, but we don't pay attention to it. We go out, go through our grind each and every day. When you've got guys that have played ball like D, Mick, at the highest level, right, you have to have leaders on the team. All right. When D came over, there was a new energy that was brought to this team because of his standard and the way he prepares, right, and goes about his business. You have guys like this, Justin Ross, Dion, that are leaders for the team. And I tell you, I wish, you are going to look at the stat sheet and say, Dion Kane only had 1 catch and Justin Ross didn't. He had an off night and had multiple drops, blah, blah, blah. Watch what these guys do on plays they're not getting the ball, right? And when it came down to the last 2-point conversion right there, all right, if Justin Ross doesn't bust his ass off the line to affect the safety, all right, and then affect the linebacker, for Mick to be able to push to the nickel and sit in the zone, that's the things that fans don't understand. All right, they'll get on these guys' case about, oh, you had the drops, oh, you suck, blah, blah, blah. Watch the entire game. But that's the difference between knowing ball and not. And I'm not wanting to jump on the fans, but you're either with us or you're not. And it's simple as that.
I have 2 questions. So one is for Jadon. Jadon, talk about your excitement, that your energy is always high. Where does that come from, and where do you kind of continue that when things don't happen the way you want them to?
It's been just it's just through experience. I always had to be a guy, that have the high energy. I always been a smaller guy, especially coming out of high school, coming out of college. And then when you go undrafted in the NFL and you pan out 9 years in the Super Bowl, it's a standard I have to set every day. I can't miss practice. I can't miss a down. I can't miss a route. I can't drop a ball. So it's just the appreciation of loving this sport and loving this game and doing it for guys like the guys next to me. Our quarterback that come in, he has 2 days and he turns this thing around in 3 weeks. And then our coaching staff is from defense to offense, is barreling a lot of things together. I fuel off of controlled chaos. So, I appreciate just the opportunity of going out there and being able to do what I can do to help.
And Coach, this one is from you, from James Larson online. It says JVP just joined this roster a couple weeks ago and has already been a presence on the interior. Talk about his play since joining Birmingham, plus his crucial block field goal on the night.
Yeah, JP's been awesome. He was cut by Orlando, and there was bad reports out there of him not being a team guy. I'll tell you this, JP deserves to be on an NFL team after this season, and he's been nothing but the best teammate and the best dude to deal with. He is gelled right with our team. He causes 0 issues. He's never late. He does everything the correct way. And I'm proud of him. He doesn't say much. He just goes in and works, and JP's been awesome for our team.
You'll be back next week, so talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, well, listen, we're going to enjoy this one for tonight, and then we'll get ready to, play Columbus next week. But we're going to enjoy this 24 hours, and then we'll move on to Columbus after that.
More for State.
AJ, on the field goal, when you called the timeout, the field goal at the end there that you blocked, the play before when you, or the snap, when you called timeout, and he drilled the kick, when you see a guy hit a kick like that, does it change the way you maybe are gonna, whether you rush or not, or different things, when you see a guy make it before that, does that change at all?
No. Listen, that trouble could get me a fine, and I like my money. So after season, I'll talk about that. But no, listen, I mean, we wanted him to think about it a little bit more and kind of see how if they were going to line up a certain way or whatever. And it allows us to have an opportunity to see what they're in and then adjust. But I trust our special teams coach and, Todd Watson and Cher working together, and great call by them.
Okay, thank you so much.
Awesome. Appreciate it.
Go Stallions.
Bro.